Welcome to the all-new Watercolors Resort just off the West Bay Beach here in Roatan, Honduras. This is our first YouTube video here on the new channel. We're going to be doing a quick walking tour around watercolors, and along the way we'll be giving you the plus and minuses of the resort. So let's get into it. Alright, first things first, let's get rid of some of the minuses on the resort right now. We have one building that's currently under construction, and we have a bit of a temporary parking lot, but I would imagine most of you that are coming here won't have a car, and if you do, there is still plenty of parking. This building will be done in probably October of 2026, so that is the timeline for this building that is under construction. There are currently 3 other buildings that are all furnished and ready to go. Here at Watercolors, you can both purchase these condos and you can rent them just like you would at a normal resort. Panning over here, we have the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pool. Plenty of seating for the amount of rooms that are here. Oftentimes, I'm the only one in the pool. Now, it is early morning here, so it's not too busy. It's just the staff kind of going around. I am fighting off a storm that's rolling through here, so it might be a little bit of wind on the microphone. But the parts that are finished here at Watercolors are just immaculate. The attention to detail on the foliage, on the trees, on the colors, the branding, everything is very intentional here, and really gives you the sense of luxury and high-end. The pool is an infinity pool, so it overlooks the ocean. And there are bar stools kind of in the water just along the edge. So if you're hanging out, you have a beverage, you can just kind of sit there and hang out over the pool. And quite honestly, I could do it all day. The trees in the background are somewhat fun. We have some almond trees. There are things called, I believe it was like a coconut grape and a beach grape, I think. So all different sorts of trees here that drop fruit that you can actually eat. There are coconut trees as well. So the staff, my man Paco, will collect and gather things every morning, and he will cut open coconuts for you throughout the day, serve them to you. It's kind of fun. Like, you can actually see he's picking up some beach grapes, I believe is that tree. He's picking them up right now, which is pretty awesome. And you'll also see, like, sometimes the locals will come along the fence here and they'll pick up the fruit that falls on the ground as well. So very, very popular here on the island. One thing that I really like about this resort is every room that you book will be oceanfront. Every room has a good view of the ocean, which is awesome. Currently we are in E5 right here, and it has just an absolutely beautiful view. Stay tuned in the next video where I will be doing a room tour of where we are staying. The other nice thing about Watercolors is you have a semi-private beach here, and again, this is not a super touristy beach, right? This is a very like new developed area, right? So you have very high-end resorts kind of along this beach, whereas West Bay, which is just a 5-minute walk that way, maybe I'll do a time lapse of the walk over there. When there's cruise ships docked here, it can get very, very busy very, very quickly. So you're running into people. You know, it's crowded. There's people selling things on every corner. So it can be a little overwhelming. Whereas here is you get the luxury of the 5-minute walk to West Bay, and you have a beautiful dock. So you can take quite literally a water taxi anywhere on the island. West End, which is this way, is maybe a 7-minute boat ride. You know, so if you're going to West End to West Bay, you're gonna have to take a water taxi anyway. This resort here is closer to West Bay, I'm sorry, West End, and it's just a short water taxi to West End. And as you can see, that's how close the water taxis are to the dock. You kind of just wave at them and they'll come pick you up. They also know generally where to drop you off, which is nice, because we are right next to Goomba Park, which is a very popular spot. So most of the boat drivers know where that is. So kind of going back to my last point of this beach not being super popular, it is always just dead quiet here, right? So if you're looking to truly escape, just get some downtime, relax, have some beverages at the pool, sit on the beach, sit on the dock, nobody's gonna bother you here. And that is the wonderful thing. If you wanna party, you wanna have fun, you wanna get the touristy experience, West Bay is just a 5-minute walk. So that is a huge, huge, huge plus. This resort is not very big, right? As I mentioned, there's only 3 buildings right now that are in operation, and it looks like it's starting to rain. So I'm going to seek shelter here. As I mentioned before, we had a little bit of a rain cell come through here, and we might have another one off on the horizon. But some other things I wanted to note about Watercolors is the sunset is just off of the horizon here. So you are in a prime location for a beautiful sunset every night. Of course, you have the dock just off in the distance. It is a wonderful place to watch it. The staff will bring you out a couple of chairs if that's where you want to sit for the night. There's generally a good breeze out there. And restaurants. So there is no restaurant on location. They are building one, I believe, in this general area over here. But as I mentioned, you're a 5-minute walk from West Bay. You have Bananarama, you have Beachers, and those are all generally pretty good restaurants over there. If you go to the right, you have some very high-end dinners. You have Ibagari, which is just a short walk down the beach, which is a more of a high-end atmosphere. But I mean, Roatan is great. I say high-end, but the dollar goes pretty far here. So generally it's not too expensive to eat out. Last night, 3 people went out to eat in the West End, and it was only $100. I know that may be a lot, but for a vacation spot, generally, you know, if you're in Miami, you're in Florida, you're in Cancun, and you go out to eat, it can be a little bit higher priced, but here it's not too bad. And we're talking pretty high-end food, right? Seafood, and all that good stuff. So really not much to complain about there. We are on the rooftop. Most units will have access to the rooftop, and it is just absolutely stunning up here. There's a little gazebo and a bar, so if you wanted to have a little event, a little party up here, you absolutely can. And yeah, this is the tour of Watercolors Roatan. As I mentioned, it's not a super big resort. It is growing fast, but what I like about it is very secluded and very quiet here. The other nice thing is there is Goomba Park just right next door, and there's a lot of wildlife over there. They have monkeys, different types of birds, and really cool thing is they're free to roam, but they always stick to this park. But the macaws will fly over the resort every once in a while. They're beautiful, vibrant colored birds, and they will let you know that they're flying above. They can be very loud, but it's just beautiful. It gives you a little taste of the wildlife here at Roatan, and yeah, it is generally, or it is pretty amazing. So yeah, I want you guys to comment below. Let me know what you think of the new resort here in Roatan. I also want to know what your favorite resort is. Comment below what your favorite resort is, where you've stayed, what you liked about it. I'm generally pretty new here to Roatan, so I'm always open to checking out new places and giving reviews of other hotels. So really appreciate you guys watching, and we're going to be doing a room tour next of E5 in the Hibiscus building, so stay tuned for that.